That is the... And she's taking the pole. She's taking the pole! I have a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts going through my head, but this time I wrote them down. And according to my little thing right here, I'll be talking about the customization, I'll be talking about the gameplay, and I'll be talking about, you know, the character, the lore, you know, the whole thing. Some of it good, some of it bad, some of it ugly. Let's start with the bad. Well, I say bad, but this is 100% my opinion. So, Ubisoft finally did it. They embraced the fact that they are a fighting game, and they introduced their first, well, boss character. Not really, it's more like she's cosplaying. It's sure, but yes, this means we are actually playing as the story character. We're not playing as like anybody out of her army. We are playing Astrea. It's her. There is no hiding it. There's no different genders. And I think on Reddit I saw people complaining about this the most, that she is gender locked. There is no male version. It's just her. While on the one hand, I don't care at all that a hero is gender locked. Sometimes it just adds to the personality. For example, with the Shigoki, you know, they obviously remind us of sumo, you know, the big boys. Also in Japan, sumo is a male exclusive, you know, fucking, what do you call it, sport. So seeing as like a clan of warriors like the Shigoki are male only just makes sense. It's whatever, you know. I don't mind we don't have a female Shigoki. It doesn't diminish his personality. You know, you can still customize him the way you want. It is still your Shigoki. The problem with Warmonger is the reason why she's gender locked. Before I continue, opinion. She is gender locked because we are playing as Astrea. Not because this class is some female exclusive thing like Valkyrie. No, it's just because we are actually playing as her. Now, I've expressed my dissatisfaction with stuff like this in the past, you know. Unmasking heroes, giving them actual names and stuff like that. Because the more you do stuff like that, the less it becomes your own, you know, hero. For example, let's take the Warden. You are the Warden, one of many. And you can make your edgy, spiky Warden, and I can make my justice infused male specimen. They're both Wardens, but in the end they're actually different persons. With gender locking this, it not only means a lot less customization, but it also means completely stopping any way of infusing this character with like any personality of your own. Right? And her character, right, it's cool, you know, she's got that female lawbringer aesthetic, she's got that Warden sword, which is not the only thing that's similar to Warden, but more on that later. But as far as story goes, she's basically Kylo Ren. Oh my god, this person in the past was so cool. I wanna be like him. Jungle VIP. You say it's true. I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you. Talk like you. Do. Enough about the bad stuff. Let's continue to the good shit. Alright. War Mummies is every night main's wet dream. I said it. She looks fucking fantastic. I do have my issues with the default set. Like I said in my previous videos, I hope they would keep the default set as like her story armor, and then we'd play as the Warmonger, but like that armor is hers, you know, just like Tozen and stuff like that have their own set. But I still think it's ugly. I think the base set looks bad. We got the Centurion shoulders, we got the Centurion chest piece, we got the Lawbringer chain, the BP arms, arm guards, and then like the Warden flip-flops. It feels too much of a kid bash to me. But the other armors, I could be swooning over these armor sets, you know, for the whole 10-minute video. But there is another thing that makes Apollyon's customization so amazing. Every set has like an alternate version, which is basically like a very small change. For example, you can have every chest piece with or without cape. You can have every pauldron with or without like the extra, what do you call it, like a rind? Fucking, I don't know what you call it. Border. You can have every helmet with or without the built-in ornament, because obviously the ornaments go on the shoulders because it's just way cooler. This reminds me a lot of like alpha and beta armor sets in Monster Hunter, and it's amazing. Please, Ubisoft, if you're listening, keep this for upcoming heroes. Even though it's the same armor set, the freedom you get with it is amazing. I love it. Please keep it. I do want to point out once again that I still think it's strange her default set is like the boss armor from, you know, like the story in the cutscenes. But once again, boys and girls, My speculation, because they said they're gonna release new armors for, you know, the year 1 heroes next season, might hint on boss armor. I mean, if my Orochi can run around half naked with some sexy tats on his body, well, Warmonger, I might just have to leave you.
Heresy.
Of course, customization is more than just the armor. How about we just raid executions? You guys like that? Of course you like that. Let's go. Very first execution. And that's a 5 out of 5. Right there. I love this execution. It's fast, it's thematic, it's unique, it fits her perfectly. She doesn't put her sword in like her bag like stupidly. No, she just keeps holding it. I like this. This is a good execution. Next up, perforation. This one is fucked. Cruel as fuck. The sound is amazing. The way she drags the body a little bit is crazy. I love this. It doesn't scream as much personality as the previous one does. This is 100% like a 4.5 out of 5 for sure. This is amazing. Of course, old Tyboo would say this is just a combination of like insert new spine from Kensei and like the dragging execution from Highlander or like Lawbringer. But that's the old Tyboo, right? You guys didn't like old Tyboo? Next up is humiliation. This one. Is very nice up until that point. This I love. It's so cool. So much personality. It just fits her so well. But then she just throws it. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like every time they throw somebody, it just doesn't look right. But still, the personality in this execution is phenomenal. So I will still give this a 4 out of 5. Very nice. And the last execution she's got is this one. She like scratches the fuck out of you and just beheads you. It's kind of generic, but that's fine. There's also generic ones in there. It's fine. It's just weird, the scratching, dude. 3.5 out of 5. But of course, now that you guys know the bad and the good, well, what's left there but the ugly? Not me. Stop zoom. Don't zoom in on my face. Stop. Let's start with the basics. Let's go over the moveset. Why is Warden on the screen as well? No, it's just continue. Just sure. So yeah. As I was saying, let's start with the combos, right? She's got that light, heavy. She's got that light, heavy. She's got that heavy. And last but not least, she's got that heavy, light, heavy. Good stuff. She's got that nice, sexy, just clean zone, which also counts as a chain starter, so you can just go right into the heavy. But of course, in comes Ubisoft with the ingenious, creative adjectives. You know, Ubisoft just boom. Light guard break gives you a bash.
No one has ever done that! No one has ever done that!
I know, crazy, right? But that's not all. You can charge the bash. I know. And of course it's fateable, you know, all the way through. She's got that dodge forward heavy. But you know what is very interesting? Regular bash gives you a light. Fully charged bash gives you a heavy. But of course, with Warden on the screen here, it looks pretty bad. This is where the Ubisoft creativeness comes in once again. Now you see, she can also do her bash from neutral. You got the bash, you got the full charged bash, you know the deal. But she also can do a side... I can't. How do you sell this? How do I sell Warden again? It's the same. It's exactly the same. They don't even hide it. I don't know. I didn't watch the Warriors then because I was in Poland. But how did they show off Warmonger without laughing? Like, ooh. Okay. It's fine. Oh, but she has one more move, and I'm pretty sure it went kind of like this. Alright fellas, we're gonna need one more move, so let's just break out the handy dandy move generator. First up we got Unblockable, starting off strong. Next up, give me some drum roll, Tony. dodge attack. I know that's you, Stefan. And last but not least, faintable. Yes, your ears did not deceive you. She has indeed a heavy, faintable, unblockable dodge attack.
Heresy.
I don't get it. I don't. You know, let's leave alone the unblockable part for now. I don't think making it unblockable is that crazy, to be honest. Making a dodge attack unblockable or not doesn't really matter, because they would get parried anyway, you know, if you could bait them out. And otherwise they would always land, you know, because it's a dodge attack. So if you ignore the unblockable part for now, which you might think is the craziest part, no, it's a heavy dodge attack, but faintable. If you don't think there's anything wrong with that, now let's think if Kensei could feint his dodge attack. Sounds kinda busted? Yeah. Of course, I've only been able to play in versus AI and stuff like that, so I don't know the limits of the guard break vulnerability. Is it just as big as with the Wulin, right? Because the Wulin also can feint their dodge attacks, but they have like a huge guard break vulnerability. But as far as I've seen, this dodge attack behaves like a very regular dodge attack. And it's heavy. I thought we all agreed heavy dodge attacks are stupid. Dodge attacks are by far one of the strongest moves in the game. Yes? Right? Yeah, making a dodge attack heavy not only makes it deal more damage, but also reduces the punishment for failing one. But like I said, I've only played like in training mode and stuff like that, so I don't really know how it will work actually in game. So for now, I'm just here to bring you guys the information. It's not really about is this broken or not, it's more about like, oh, what the fuck.
I'm playing both sides so that I always come out on top.
Also, it makes very good clickbait. Unblockable dodge attack? Come on. Watch Kenzo. He will probably have like unblockable dodge attack video coming out very soon. The cool part, I guess, is that the dodge attack and the heavy dodge attack forward are chain starters as well. So that's kind of fun. Oh, and before I forget, she's got like the Lawbringer impale after parry. I guess they really want to implement, you know, that sword move, which I get. Everybody wanted that move. I like it. I think it's cute. I don't like the dance she does when you hit the wall.
On a whole nother level, coming from my mind.
Because it leaves you almost as vulnerable as the Centurion after doing Eagle's Talons. Like, she's supposed to be this anti-gank hero, but then she does like this whole fucking pirouette when she hits somebody. Stop. Not smart. Oh yeah, and she's got hyper armor on all her heavy finishers. Oh, and she has enhanced lights, which is very fucking scary. I guess the one difference with Warden is the fact that she cannot chain the bash. So if you do a bash into a light, bash into heavy, that is your combo ender. And I'm telling you now, you will hate that move to play as and against, because she keeps shouting in English. I didn't even talk about that. She speaks English. Oh my god, the feats. I forgot about the feats. I think that's like number 2 on like the Reddit fucking thread list is like the feats. They look very fucking strong. Basically a level 1 feat is just Nusha feat, but it's applied to her weapon. Her second and third feat are like do more damage to corrupted enemies, and her fourth feat is like, you know, do corruption to everybody. At first I thought it was gonna be like Zanu, where the fire feats are like, it's neat. But after seeing interaction with the minions, it looks very fucking annoying to fight against. But I'm not that big on 4v4s and like feats and all that stuff and the balance of that. So I'm not about to give like some ignorant opinion on that stuff. But it does seem kinda strong. So in conclusion, they did a very good job of using Apollyon's animations, I think. The top heavy finisher with like the one hand is just... I love that. Of course, you got the fucking choo-choo thing. But then of course there's the issue of just reusing animations, and it's quite apparent in some cases. Like, they don't need to reinvent the wheel every time they create a new hero, but this is just Warden, but better. At this point, the top light crushing counter is the only thing Warden's got going for him, and I guess the range and the vortex, you know, like that stuff. It's just... I don't think it would be as apparent if it was like a different hero, but because she's also using like a very similar weapon, it just becomes that much more obvious that it's just the same thing. They could have made little changes. For example, you cannot fully charge the bash, right? Much as like Hitokiri, where the sweep is basically useless, you know? Like, that's enough difference between Warden and Warmonger. But of course, these are all my very first impressions versus AI and stuff. I'm pretty sure my opinion will differ vastly in 2 weeks from now. But do tell me in the comments what do you think about the faintable heavy dodge attack. I do read all the comments, and let's see if our opinions change 2 weeks from now. See you on stream.